But I would say what made me effective there was not so much the relationships I made, though that did help a little bit. I'm generally a nice guy. My rule is in politics, be nice to people when it costs you nothing.
Sure.
'Cause eventually you're going to have to stand your ground and be a dick. So you might as well be nice when it doesn't cost you anything. But but the reason that I was effective wasn't necessarily so much because of my individual efforts by myself, but it was because I was able to reach out to networks of people who cared about these issues across the state. And rather than building relationships with the politicians, I built relationships with their constituents. And then I mobilized their constituents to put pressure on them to tell them to vote for liberty on constitutional carry, on welfare reform, on all these issues, or they'd get voted out of office. And ultimately, I think that in politics, there's two ways, there's two models for kind of how to kind of lobby a legislature. You can have access-based lobbying, which is what we typically think of when the lobbyists take politicians out to dinner. It's about building relationships. Or you can have a more confrontational style, which is you threaten their reelections by mobilizing their constituents. And I think ultimately, with our goals, where we're trying to get liberty back from the system that is not so predisposed towards liberty, that's really the only real path we have available to us. It's not always pleasant. It's not always nice, but they're politicians, and if you want a friend in politics, get a dog.